In a world that constantly demands quick responses and instant reactions, silence is often misunderstood as weakness or passivity. However, for those on a spiritual path, silence is a powerful tool, a deliberate choice that holds immense strength. The ability to remain silent, to refrain from reacting impulsively, isn't just a sign of self-control. It's a reflection of deep inner power. When you embrace silence, you step away from chaos, allowing yourself to connect with your higher self and the universe on a more profound level. In today's fast-paced world, silence is underrated, often dismissed in favor of loud expressions. But in truth, it is in silence that you find clarity, strength, and freedom from external influences. So, how can we learn to use silence as a source of power? And why is it so transformative on a spiritual journey? Today, we'll explore the art of non-reaction and how embracing silence can shift your entire perspective on life. 1. The power of silence in the midst of chaos. Imagine a situation where emotions are running high. Someone is shouting, people are arguing, or tension fills the room. In moments like these, it's easy to get swept up in the energy of the situation and react impulsively. But what if, instead of responding with anger or frustration, you chose silence? What if, instead of feeding into the chaos, you remained calm, centered, and unshaken? Choosing silence in the midst of chaos is one of the most powerful things you can do. It allows you to detach from the emotional storm around you and maintain control over your energy. Silence gives you the space to process the situation without being overwhelmed by it. And in that stillness, you gain a clearer perspective. It's not about being passive or avoiding confrontation. It's about responding from a place of inner strength, rather than reacting from a place of fear or anger. This practice doesn't just benefit you, it also influences those around you. Your calm, silent presence can diffuse tension and create a ripple effect of peace. People may start to lower their voices, calm down, or even reflect on their own reactions when they encounter your silence. 2. Silence as a pathway to inner wisdom. One of the greatest gifts of silence is that it allows you to connect with your inner wisdom. In the busyness of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in distractions, noise, and external expectations. But when you choose silence, you create a sacred space for yourself, one where you can tune into your intuition and the deeper truths that reside within. On a spiritual journey, silence isn't just the absence of noise, it's a practice of turning inward. It's in these quiet moments that you can hear the whispers of your soul, guiding you toward the path that aligns with your highest purpose. This inner wisdom is always present, but it's often drowned out by the chatter of the mind and the demands of the outside world. To embrace silence as a source of power, start by making time for it in your daily life. Whether it's through meditation, quiet reflection, or simply sitting in stillness for a few minutes each day, these moments of silence will help you cultivate a stronger connection with your true self. Over time, you'll find that this connection brings a sense of clarity, peace, and purpose that no amount of external validation or noise can offer. 3. Non-reaction as a form of emotional mastery. Embracing silence isn't just about external situations. It's also about how you manage your internal reactions. We all have triggers, things that make us angry, frustrated, or upset. And when we're triggered, the natural response is often to react immediately, whether through words, actions, or emotions. However, when you practice silence and non-reaction, you give yourself the opportunity to step back and observe your emotions without being controlled by them. This is where emotional mastery comes into play. Non-reaction doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending that you don't feel anything. Instead, it's about recognizing your emotions, acknowledging them, and then choosing how to respond, if at all. When you embrace silence, You're able to process your emotions in a healthy way without letting them dictate your behavior. In this way, silence becomes a form of emotional resilience. Rather than being tossed around by every emotion that arises, you develop the ability to remain grounded and centered. This inner stability allows you to navigate challenges with grace, rather than being swept away by the waves of anger, fear, or frustration. 4. Silence as a form of strength, not weakness. In our society, silence is often viewed as weakness. We're taught that if we don't speak up, we're being passive or letting others walk all over us. But silence, when used intentionally, is far from weak. It's one of the most powerful tools you can wield. Silence gives you control over your energy, your words, and your actions. It allows you to conserve your power, rather than wasting it on unnecessary conflicts or arguments. Consider the strength it takes to remain silent in the face of provocation. When someone is trying to bait you into an argument, or when emotions are high, it's far easier to react impulsively than to hold your tongue. But when you choose silence, you demonstrate mastery over yourself and the situation. You show that you don't need to engage in every battle or prove yourself to anyone. This form of silence doesn't mean you never speak up. It means you choose when and how to use your voice with intention. When you do speak, your words carry more weight because they come from a place of clarity and purpose, rather than from a reactive state. 5. The spiritual significance of silence. On a spiritual level, silence holds deep significance. Many spiritual traditions teach that silence is the key to connecting with the divine. In silence, you create space for the sacred to enter. Whether it's through prayer, meditation, or simply being in stillness, silence allows you to transcend the ego and access higher states of consciousness. In silence, you become a vessel for divine wisdom, guidance, and love. You step outside the limited perspective of the mind and open yourself to the infinite possibilities of the universe. This is why silence is often a central practice in spiritual disciplines. It helps you align with your higher self and the divine energy that flows through all things. By embracing silence as part of your spiritual practice, you cultivate a deeper connection to the universe. You begin to see that silence isn't empty, it's full of potential. It's in these quiet moments that you can receive the insights, revelations, and guidance that will support you on your journey. 6. Reclaiming your power through silence. In a world that encourages constant noise and reaction, reclaiming your power through silence can feel revolutionary. When you choose silence, you reclaim control over your energy and your life. You no longer feel compelled to respond to every stimulus, opinion, or expectation that comes your way. Instead, you stand firm in your own truth, grounded in the knowledge that your power comes from within. By embracing silence, you also begin to break free from the need for external validation. You realize that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone or seek approval from others. Your silence speaks volumes. It's a statement that you are secure in who you are and don't need to engage in unnecessary battles to defend yourself. This inner strength allows you to navigate life with greater ease and confidence. You trust yourself more deeply and are less affected by the opinions, judgments, or reactions of others. In this way, silence becomes a powerful form of self-empowerment. Room 7. Practical ways to embrace silence in your life. So how can you start embracing silence as a source of power in your daily life? Here are a few practical tips. Practice mindful silence. Set aside time each day to sit in silence. This can be through meditation, quiet reflection, or simply being present in the moment without distractions. Allow yourself to observe your thoughts without engaging with them. Pause before reacting. The next time you feel triggered or tempted to react impulsively, pause, take a deep breath, and allow yourself a moment of silence before deciding how to respond. Limit external noise. Reduce the amount of noise in your life, both literally and figuratively. This could mean cutting back on social media, limiting exposure to negative news, or spending time in nature. Embrace silent communication. Sometimes silence is more powerful than words. In certain situations, allow your actions to speak for you, rather than feeling the need to fill the space with words. By incorporating these practices into your life, you'll start to see the transformative power of silence. You'll find that silence isn't just the absence of sound, it's a powerful force that can help you navigate life with greater clarity, strength, and peace. How do you use silence in your life? Let me know in the comments your experiences with embracing silence as a source of power. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on spiritual growth and empowerment. Let's continue this journey together, one mindful moment at a time.